Have you ever experienced when you had a great opening to the truth, to the love that you are? When you felt truly connected at one. Sometimes it happens when you are in nature or a moment in life or on a retreat when you practice deeply. And you remember knowing who you are. Life makes sense. There's a peace inside that emerges. And then comes afterwards this experience of feeling suddenly disconnected, experiencing all your conditioning, or your traumas emerge, your contractions show up again, and you think, what the heck, what happened? Where did the love go? Where did the joy go? Where is all the truth that I could feel, but now I just have it in my head? Do you know that? That is pretty common, because I want to really give you an understanding to help you to see this and relate to this in a different way, that it's actually a blessing instead of a curse, what happens after this awakening. This can be in a big way or a small way, it doesn't really matter. What happens is, when I've seen this with so many people that I've guided throughout 30 years and in my own path, where suddenly after that experience of a deeper opening, awakening, there comes marching in all the stuff, let's call it that way. Yeah, all what we have collected this lifetime, other lifetimes, who cares? Where the card house of our concepts start coming in and saying, hey, wait a minute, I've always been that way, I'm going back to this old way. And you contract. So here's to make this easier for you. This is natural. This is actually needs to happen. The greater the love, okay, so listen to me around this. The greater the love wakes up inside, the greater the life power that gets stirred up, the greater the truth that you not just understand here, but experience, the more it will clean out your house. It must bring up that what is left out, that what is you have pushed into the shadow lands, that what feels separate, that what is in agony, the parts of you that you split off. Why is that happening? It's not just to clean your house, it's for love. That's the nature of what love does. It loves all, it wants to love everything home. Everything. Radically. So that you can embody this love or this truth, this who you are. That you can, that the soul fully can enter this beautiful, messy human vessel. And actually not just bring the light, but be the light. And how does the light needs more space. It wants to take up every single room in your house. Well, if it does that, means like, oh, the doors need to open to all the rooms in your house. So the love says, well, I'm not going to knock on that door that you have put 5 locks on it. I'm moving in. And there means like there is maybe a part of you that you have rejected since forever long, that others have rejected. And it's time to let love do what it does, meaning bring it to consciousness. Bring the shadows to consciousness. Not to dissect them, not to analyze them, but to liberate what's held in the shadow. And that can be beautiful and that can be absolutely shitty. But in each room, there is in each part of you that's been separated. There is a gift in it. There is a part that needs to integrate. So to make this more concrete, if you meet your fury inside after, after you felt so connected and so happy, everything flowed so beautifully in your life, and suddenly there comes the fury up, and you're like, oh no, not again, or this pattern, not again. And you turn to it and say, yes, in that fury, this fury, there's something inside that needs to be met, not eradicated, not acted out or repressed. The love, that presence, that awakening brings it up so that it can come home. And you find maybe sometimes in the fury, you might find actually a piece of truth. You might find something that is essential for you to connect, to feel your power. So every part, and it can also be your long lost love inside, the one that is actually reminding you, carrying your worth. So this is a process, of course, but I won't go into so many details other than to say to you, this is a blessing when the love, the truth starts activating and bringing forth that what is screaming out to be brought home, to be seen, to be loved, to be liberated, so that in that moment you are embodying more of who you are, and therefore you also have less fear, fall less into your patterns, but you are then capable of meeting everything in life. Like, you're not anymore thrown by the storms and dividing the good and the bad, but rather than saying, wow, now because more life is flowing through me, more strength has emerged. I can face the challenges that come for everybody. Nobody gets a pass on life, but you won't be a little limb tree that just falls over with the first blow, because life brings up everything to the surface to liberate you, to love all of you home. So welcome that phase. And if you need in any way more help with that, go to my website. but nicolamodora.com. I invite you to approach each phase with that embrace that says, yes, hallelujah, even if it's messy.